Part 125. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 1241. When the head fell to the ground, everyone retreated. Especially those cultivators in Tianjian Palace, their expressions are complicated at this moment. Although they had foreseen such a situation, they were still somewhat reluctant to accept it. After all, until Jianming died, he was also the young palace master of Tianjian Palace. And they sit and watch the young palace master be beheaded. If the palace master knows this, their fate can be imagined. It must be false to say that there is no feeling at all. At this moment, there is more or less feeling in my heart, and this feeling is still increasing wildly at this moment, and even, it has become a feeling of panic. How about, let's pretend. Attack Fang Fan? It'll sound better if it spreads out like this. Yeah, if we are like this, if the palace master finds out, we won't have our good days. Damn. Keep your mouth shut to the labor and management. What does this have to do with us? It was the young palace master who Fang Fan killed, and it has nothing to do with us. But we didn't choose to rescue after all. Does that mean there is no rescue? It's obviously that Jianming who seeks death by himself, so can we blame us? It's a joke. It's ridiculous. That's it. His own pot, just carry it on his own. In the future, when we go out to unify the caliber, we will make a sudden attack on Fang Fan, and then be counterattacked and killed. It is too late for us to rescue. We worked hard to snatch the body of the young palace master back. Yes. Say so. Yingming. Too wise. Did you hear it? I'll follow brother Liang Kui in the future. Yes, yes. Senior brother Liang Kui is right. People die like lights go out, naturally there is no need to continue to work hard. When Jianming was alive, they even chose to resist and accept orders, not to mention now that people are dead. Naturally, they are left to fabricate and manipulate them. A farce, a joke, just pulled the curtain. Rumbling. A loud noise came, and the sword mound in front of me suddenly shattered into pieces, and gradually disappeared in Wanbao Lake. Everything happened between the electric light and flint, which made people tremble. Secret Realm announcement. The 4th round of winning the treasure at Wanbao Lake has ended. The 5th round of treasure hunting is on. Wanbao reigns. Swoosh swish. In an instant, raindrops suddenly floated above the sky. These raindrops were completely white and descended directly towards everyone. Fang Fan's eyes turned to the lake, and a look of stunned expression appeared on his face. On the lake at this moment, strands of water began to be sucked into the sky, and then spread out in the air and swayed towards the surroundings. This miraculous means was really unexpected to Fang Fan. As if a whole new door of wonder had opened, everything here seemed peculiar. This Wanbao rain, this Wanbao will increase your cultivation base. This is Wanbao. Actually Wanbao is the water droplets condensed by the core essence of Wanbao Lake. A drop of myriad treasures is better than 100 years of cultivation. The Wanbao in front of me, at least there are thousands of drops. It's just that the raindrops don't move when they reach the air. I'm CAO. Come down. Come down quickly. Fall on top of my head, I want to capture the essence of Wanbao raindrops. Wait. What's the situation? Playing with me? You idiots, don't you really know the situation? This Wanbao raindrop is not something that everyone can get. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 1242. Hee, I have also heard that it is said that the myriad treasure raindrop essence will only select those talented practitioners to land. The higher the talent, the more myriad treasure raindrop essence can be obtained. This myriad treasure raindrop essence was originally a reward to those with high cultivation talent. Hey, it looks like this, ordinary people like us have nothing to do. Not necessarily. What if you are a big dark horse that will not last for 1,000 years? This joke, but it's not funny at all. I still have this self-knowledge. There were conversations coming from the crowd, and from these conversations, Fang Fan was able to find some information he wanted. For example, why are these myriad treasures raindrop essence stagnant in the air? Maybe they are looking for a gifted existence. Fang Fan narrowed his eyes and thought to himself. A drop of Wanbao raindrop essence is equivalent to 100 years of penance. This is simply an efficient experience card. Fang Fan narrowed his eyes, and his eyes suddenly lit up, a happy smile appeared on the corner of his mouth. I'm worried that the speed of promotion is too slow. This Wanbao raindrop essence can be competed for more. Even if it is not used now, it will definitely be used in the future. Fang Fan nodded secretly and smiled. According to the landing rules of Wanbao raindrops, it is possible to separate the talents of everyone into 3, 6, 9, and so on. Those with high talent can naturally get more of the myriad treasures raindrop essence. If the talent is low, the Wanbao raindrop essence that can be obtained will naturally be greatly reduced. The scale of this is up to you to control. Fang Fan nodded secretly, and then glanced at the Wanbao raindrop essence that was stagnant in the sky, his face showing a still unfinished look. Swoosh swish. The raindrops are moving. It's just that the movement is very small, and the landing speed is very slow. There are only about 2,000 raindrops in the sky. At this moment, they are surging wildly, and they are divided into several parts and begin to fall slowly. There are millions of people underneath, and naturally it is impossible for everyone to get 2,000 raindrops. A beam of light suddenly descended above the raindrops, and the beam of light fell directly on the ground. It seemed to be for a positioning, where the beams gathered, indicating who the myriad treasures raindrop essence would belong to. At this moment, 2,000 drops of Wanbao raindrop essence released 2,000 beams, and many beams were gathered together. Looking at it like this, there are more than 200 places where there are light beams. That is to say, in the end, only 200 people can obtain these Wanbao raindrop essences. I'm here, I also have a beam for you, and I can also get a drop of Wanbao raindrop essence. Oh my god. I actually have 2 beams here. Grass. Why are there no geniuses of my level? Why? Why? Protest. Protest. How can this damn Wanbao raindrop essence despise me? I'm going to hammer him to death. Bastard. Bastard. Hey, I'm satisfied to get a drop of the myriad treasure raindrop essence, saving 100 years of hard work. Look, there are 20 beams of light gathered in front of Fuyun, the chief true inheritance of the Earth Demon sect. Grass. Couldn't he be able to obtain 20,000 treasure raindrop essence? Hey, this is a treat only for geniuses. 2,000 drops of Wanbao raindrop essence belong to 200 people, and each person shares 10 drops on average. Anyone who can own 20 drops of Wanbao raindrop essence is definitely a genius. Jealousy. But jealousy doesn't seem to make any sense. There are actually 23 beams in front of the Chen Tianji of the Chen Tian clan, stronger than Fuyun, the chief true descendant of the Earth Demon sect. The strongest is the woman in white from the Tianyu Chamber of Commerce. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 1243. Everyone let out an excited cry, and the existence of Wanbao raindrop essence made them ecstatic. Even if they definitely won't get this kind of Wanbao raindrop essence, it doesn't prevent them from showing their excitement. 100 beams. 100 beams of light gathered in front of the woman in white from the Tianya Chamber of Commerce. Hey, 100 beams means 100 million treasure raindrops of essence. One drop of 10,000 treasures raindrop essence is equivalent to 100 years of hard work. Isn't 100 drops equivalent to directly obtaining 10,000 years of cultivation? Grass. This is too enviable. I have to say, I'm sour. Really sour. Look at that big boss Fang Fan. Hey, around him, there seems to be a beam of light. It's a bit strange. But the guards around him are really strong. Fang Fan's eyes swept around the surroundings, his brows were slightly wrinkled, and a thoughtful look gradually appeared in his eyes. The situation in front of me does look a bit unique. A beam of light condensed in front of him, meaning that he could only get a drop of essence. Fang Fan's eyes swept around, and the stunned look on his face became more and more obvious. There are 50 beams around the little golden dragon, the three-headed dog of hell, and the hero Kyle, which means that they can each get 50 drops of essence. The rest like Chen Tianchi, hero Caitlin, god pet Kunpeng, god pet Dark Knight Unicorn also have 20 beams around them. And there are only 10 beams around Garen, Vega, Jax, and Daji. All the legionnaires are surrounded by just a beam of light. According to the number of beams, the crowd is divided into 3, 6, 9, etc. Fang Fan secretly narrowed his eyes, looking a little surprised. I always feel that there are a lot of tricks in there. Overall, it looks very unique. The little golden dragon and the three-headed dog of hell have each survived the Emperor's catastrophe, so it is understandable that they have obtained a lot of beams among the gods. As for the heroes, Kyle is a platinum quality hero, so the beams that fall on her are the most. Caitlin is a gold quality hero, and the beams that fall on her are second. As for Daji, Galen, Vega, Giacchess is a silver quality hero, so he gets the most beams, which means that he will be able to get the best marble raindrop essence. In this way, these Wanbao raindrop essences will really be divided according to the level of talent. This looks very interesting. Fang Fan pondered inwardly, and a smile appeared on his face. On the whole, he was able to obtain a beam, which means that his talent is barely noticeable, but it doesn't seem to be that amazing among the geniuses. Brother Fan, these raindrops are so annoying. Xiao Xiao doesn't like it? Yun Xiao Xiao suddenly grabbed Fang Fan's arm, and then glanced at the myriad treasures raindrop essence in disgust. Fang Fan pondered to himself, this myriad treasure raindrop essence may be mixed with something similar to the source of the gods, so it's normal that Xiao Xiao doesn't like it. After all, she is a god-slaying spirit body, and her physique is quite special. It doesn't match the physique of Xiao Xiao, then will these Wanbao raindrop essences be closer to the owner of the divine position? Fang Fan's eyes lit up, maybe this is also a goal worth investigating. If it is as he guessed, then the profit will be even more. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 1244. Fang Fan thought to himself, and glanced at the surroundings secretly. The light beams obtained by these people under his command are about 400 beams. In other words, according to the current situation, he will eventually be able to harvest 400 million treasure raindrops essence. In fact, this number is not too small. Of course, for Fang Fan, there is still more room for improvement. The Desolate God. Now. Fang Fan snorted lightly, and let out a little bit of the divine aura. No response. Am I guessing wrong? Fang Fan frowned slightly, then looked up at the myriad treasures raindrop essence in the sky. Swoosh swish. Just as Fang Fan was prying, the entire space suddenly began to vibrate, and the originally orderly beams of light actually vibrated individually. Boom. A sound of thunder sounded, and these beams moved faster and faster, making people feel more and more frightened. Look at, the 20 beams in front of Fuyun, the chief true inheritance of Earth Fiend sect, have decreased. There are only 10 beams left. Wait. That's true. There are 15 fewer beams of 30 beams in front of that 10,000 Demon Alliance Heavenly Fox Saintess. Grass. The 100 beams in front of the woman in white from the Tianyu Chamber of Commerce also turned into 50 beams. Damn, I used to have a beam in front of me, but now there is no. Son. I originally had 2, and now there is only 1 left. It seems that the beam in front of everyone has been cut in half. Half? Are you sure? Where did the vanishing beams of Wanbao Raindrop Essence go? Look over there, Fang Fan's direction. Grass. Is this a concentrated beam? The vanished Wanbao Raindrop Essence beams all ran to Fang Fan. What kind of trick is this? Open plunder. It's too strong. Big boss Fang Fan owns half of the country. 2,000 drops of Wanbao Raindrop Essence, Big boss Fang Fan means to eat half of it. 1,000 drops of Myriad Treasures Raindrop Essence, 1 drop is equivalent to 100 years of penance. This is equivalent to saving 100,000 years of penance. How many levels can this be promoted? The world of the boss, I don't understand. Powerful. Tianyu Chamber of Commerce. Sikong Yuxin looked at the 50 million treasure raindrop essence beams that suddenly disappeared in front of her eyes, her complexion instantly turned gloomy. How on earth did he do it? I relied on the power of the goddess to barely attract the attention of 100 drops of the myriad treasure raindrop essence. He originally only attracted a drop of the myriad treasure raindrop essence, but what did he do now? 1,000 drops of Wanbao raindrop essence in the past? Half of the Wanbao raindrop essence in the audience has disappeared. Sikong Yuxin gritted his teeth and said, murderous intent in his eyes, this is the first time she has encountered such a thing. Anger is inevitable. Because she feels the situation is out of her control. Sikong Yuxin's gaze towards Fang Fan was full of endless murderous desire. This man must be removed. Chen Tian Clan. Chen Tianj stood up silently, glanced at the dozen or so beams in front of him, raised his head silently, his face gradually became vicious. This person must be eliminated. When he grows up, he will definitely become a great help for the Chen Tianyuan lineage. At that time, it will be even more difficult for our lineage to completely control the Chen Tian family. And, so many Wanbao raindrops essence, if I get it, I will take off completely. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 1245. The corners of Chen Tianj's mouth rose, and there was a hint of greed in his eyes. Thinking like this, the excitement on his face seemed especially real. Moreover, Fang Fan does not only have these myriad treasures raindrops essence, but also, more valuable treasures. These treasures will belong to him. Greed is the original sin. At this moment, all the greedy eyes are focused on this, making the current pattern evolve particularly real. Fang Fan naturally felt this kind of gaze that seemed to bite people, but he didn't take it seriously. What he cared about was always only profit. 1,000 drops of Wanbao raindrop essence. Interesting. But, I want more. Fang Fan's eyes swept around the surroundings. Anyway, his relationship with these third-rank forces is on the same level. Instead of letting these forces get these Wanbao raindrops to enhance their combat power, it would be better for him to catch them all in one go. A smile appeared on Fang Fan's face. Right now, this strategy is very good. Galen, Vega, Nyan. Show the breath of the gods. Fang Fan snorted lightly and ordered directly. The experimental results just now show that the effect of the god position is still there, not only it is, but the effect is very strong. Once the breath of the gods is revealed, to some extent, it will increase one's own talent to a peak value. Immediately, these Wanbao raindrop essences will also be attracted. According to the Lord. Galen and the others glanced at each other, and then silently revealed all the aura of the divine position. Boom! A thunderous explosion sounded again, and the surrounding space was extremely distorted again. Everyone blinked. Still coming? This wave after wave, isn't it over yet? I'm going. Those Wanbao raindrop essences in the sky seem to be misplaced again. Could it be that you want to transfer the myriad treasures raindrop essence on top of Fang Fan's head? Haha, you're thinking too much. Didn't you see the myriad treasures raindrop essence rushing towards Fang Fan madly again? Don't you have any points in your heart? No. This time, it's not gathering on Fang Fan boss, but, it's gathering on the guard beside Fang Fan boss. Grass. This is going to go against the tempo of the sky? Is Fang Fan's team going to intercept all the essence of Wanbao raindrops? This, how can other people get mixed up? Although I don't want to admit it, but that's what it seems. I'm lying in a groove. This is too strong. Boom. Boom. Two thunderous explosions sounded in succession, and everyone's eyes instantly froze. This operation, invincible. Beat the rhythm of everything. Fang Fan is the leader, and now he has attracted 1,000 drops of Wanbao raindrop essence. In addition to Fang Fan, the three guards around him also occupied 300 drops, 200 drops and 100 drops of Wanbao raindrop essence. The four of them together, have already 1,600 drops of Wanbao raindrop essence. In addition to the other people around the big boss Fang Fan, CAO, more than 17 million precious raindrop essences were taken away by those more than 100 people. All the Wanbao raindrop essences together are only 2,000 drops. This, Fang Fan and the others have captured nearly 90%. Hee, this makes nearly a million other people feel bad. It's too embarrassing. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 1246. Sikong Yuxin's eyes were completely dull. This wave after wave, he really can't understand. There used to be 100 million drops of raindrop essence on her head, but now, less and less, less and less. 100 drops, 50 drops, 30 drops, 20 drops. Now there are only 20 drops left. It has shrunk by 80%. It's not just her alone, but everyone has this record. The feeling of suffocation in my heart at this moment is too strong. Don't bring such bullying. This wave after wave, what does it mean? Is it going to be turned upside down? Or cover the ground? The power that the goddess gave me has never failed, it's just restrained by a more powerful divine power. Could it be that the true god behind Fang Fan is stronger than the goddess? Or, is he really the reincarnation of some god? Sikong Yuxin pursed her lips, her body trembled slightly. The more she came into contact with Fang Fan, the more she found that she couldn't understand Fang Fan. Humph. No matter who he is, if he dares to stand in my way, he must be killed. There is a goddess protecting me, and I have infinite divine power that I can use. If you can enslave this guy to become the goddess slave, the goddess will definitely be very happy, and then you can use this opportunity to ask the goddess for credit. His Majesty the Goddess will definitely bestow the supreme reward. Sikong Yuxin's indifferent face could not help but reveal a hint of joy. She has secretly decided that as long as she leaves the Wanbao Lake area, or when she can choose to fight, she will not hesitate anymore. This pastry is so tempting. If she doesn't eat it, she will not be reconciled. At this moment, there are not a few people who have the same thoughts as Sikong Yuxin. They hid in the shadows, watching it all silently, waiting for a perfect opportunity to get the best out of themselves. Wanbao raindrop essence has landed. Hey, it's a foregone conclusion, it can't be changed. 90% of the Wanbao raindrop essence was obtained by Fang Fan's family. No way, I'm so jealous. Grass. I don't believe it anymore. Wanbao raindrop essence is mine. It must be mine, no one else can snatch it away. Wanbao raindrop essence is within easy reach. As long as I grab it and devour it directly, I can directly obtain a 100-year cultivation base, and my cultivation base may even be directly promoted. Snatch. Whose? Of course it belongs to Fang Fan. Look over there, there are so many Wanbao raindrops essence, don't grab it for nothing. Yes. Brother, I am with you. Wealth is in sight. If I can devour all the 1,000 drops of myriad treasures raindrop essence, I'll be considered a real hare. 1,000 drops, but it is equivalent to 100,000 years of penance. Grass. Don't do it directly to the sanctuary. Wealth and risk seeking. In the face of God-given opportunity, no one can remain indifferent. Many people are thinking of taking risks. If they can achieve victory, it will be so refreshing. Countless cultivators rushed towards the high altitude where Fang Fan was, and their wool was carried forward to the peak. Densely packed, like locusts crossing the border, it is extremely terrifying. Lord. Galen stepped forward with a big sword in hand, and he was about to rush forward to block it. Divine system of the strongest card supplier in the end times, Doomsday strongest card supplier. Author, Shuyu. Chapter 1247. Need not. They come to die by themselves, there is no need to stop them. Fang Fan waved his hand and chuckled lightly. Taking shortcuts, of course, has to pay a price. The price could be your life. Chentian clan cultivators, rush up with me. Grab the essence of Wanbao raindrops. Chen Tianj, the son of the great worshipper of the Chentian clan, laughed wildly, and with an order, tens of thousands of horses of the Chentian clan let out a roar, and then rushed forward. Earth Fiend Master Brothers. Don't hesitate. Your chance is here. Come with me. Magic Flame Gate. Zhantian Pavilion. His Royal Highness Goddess, do we want to rush over? At the gathering place of the practitioners of the Tianyu Chamber of Commerce, there are practitioners with excited expressions on their faces. If you want to die, go. The true spirit of Wanbao Lake has already distributed the essence of Wanbao raindrops. Anyone who disturbs this plan will be dead. Sikong Yuxin said coldly, the murderous intent was concentrated in the narrowed eyes, and the willpower seemed extraordinarily real. The practitioners of the Tianyu Chamber of Commerce hurriedly lowered their heads and dared not look at them. This kind of trembling feeling from the depths of their souls forced them to choose to surrender. Feeling, very real. 10,000 Demons Alliance practitioners, stop. No snatch. Tianhu Meyer, the saintess of the 10,000 Demons Alliance, roared angrily, and her face gradually became flushed. At this moment, the sense of panic in her heart was interpreted to the extreme. Speaking of which, she and Fang Fan had a great grudge before, but the confrontation with Fang Fan over and over again made her fully understand that this is someone who cannot be provoked. Every time they provoke, every time they confront each other, in the end, the 10,000 Demons Alliance will pay for it. Once or twice, again and again. In this way, there is a comparison in each other's minds. The gap between them is too big, so don't force them together. From a woman's intuition, Tianhu Meier felt that she couldn't provoke Fang Fan at this time. Brothers of Tianjian Palace. The young palace master was beheaded by Fang Fan. The opportunity for revenge is here. Grab those Wanbao raindrops essence. Capture Fang Fan's treasure. Avenge the young palace master. The practitioners of Tianjian Palace were also directly mobilized. Their reasons seem to be very spiritual. To avenge the young palace master. Can you be a little more bullshit? At that time, when Fang Fan beheaded the head of Jianming, the master of the young palace of Tianjian Palace, why didn't he see them stand up and take revenge? Now it's pretending to be bitter. He also robbed Fang Fan of Wanbao raindrop essence to avenge the young palace master. If you really want revenge, wouldn't it be fragrant to rush up to kill Fang Fan? Teachers must be famous. Otherwise, there will be no cohesion. The four major third-grade forces, plus several other large and small forces, hundreds of thousands of cultivators rushed over. Their goal is the Wanbao raindrop essence on Fang Fan's head. There are only 2,000 drops in total. Fang Fan owns 1,000 drops, plus Galen, Vega, and the ones on Galen's head, a complete explosion. People are afraid of being famous and pigs are afraid of being strong. Fang Fan is so famous now. Everyone wants to rush over to eat a piece of meat, but they can really eat it? It should come, it will always come. Fang Fan muttered to himself, narrowing his eyes slightly. Some cultivators have already ascended into the air and approached the essence of Wanbao raindrops. Boom! Bang bang bang! Divine system of the strongest card supplier in the end times, Doomsday strongest card supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 1248. One after another explosion sounded. It can be said that the world is shaking. The ghosts and gods, it makes everyone tremble. The cultivators of the major forces who were close to the essence of Wanbao raindrops exploded in the air at almost the same time, and the black and white sky was soaked in blood. Between the heaven and the earth, the blood is surging, and the breath of death is disgusting. The sound of the explosion continued for a long time. The crowd swayed back and forth, their bodies trembled unnaturally, their eyes gradually lost their minds, and their footsteps could not help but float. This was their state at the moment. In my ears, the sound of the explosion continued. The tinnitus sounded frantically. Secret Realm announcement. Ankh Ants can shake the world. Anchor Ant shakes the world. Death. 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 3 words of death in a row pushed the atmosphere to its peak. This is the voice from the true spirit of Wanbao Lake. This is a warning, but also a complete killing. The atmosphere of killing is completely set off. Everyone's eyes gradually became numb. Fang Fan scratched his ears, and glanced upwards. His mind was stunned. And encore shakes the world? What an arrogant tone. In an instant, more than 100,000 practitioners turned into nothingness. The major forces have more or less casualties. There are even tens of thousands of practitioners who suffered casualties from the third-grade forces. Some cultivators who have never participated in the snatch feel a burst of happiness at this moment. Thank you, Her Royal Highness, for the reminder. Your Highness Goddess, you are really wise. Your Highness Goddess, you are a good person. Several cultivators from the Tianyu Chamber of Commerce rushed forward and hurriedly bowed respectfully to Sikong Yuxin. I don't need anyone's thanks. This is the first time, and I hope it will be the last time. Sikong Yuxin's indifferent eyes glanced around. The killing intent seemed to be real. This kind of indifference is like being in an ice cellar, it makes people have nowhere to put it. Your Highness Goddess, don't be humble, your foresight makes us very admire. There is a cultivator of the Tianyu Chamber of Commerce who is relatively hard-headed. He thinks this is a good opportunity to curry favor with the goddess, and he comes forward with a smile on his face, just to show his face. Click. The crisp sound of bone cracking sounded. This iron-headed Tianyu Chamber of Commerce cultivator had his skull removed. At this moment, his eyes were wide open, and his breathing was directly stagnant. Straws of fresh blood flowed down Sikong Yuxin's slender fingertips on the ground. The tick-tock tick-tick seemed quite rhythmic. I said, don't thank me. I already reminded once. If you don't believe it, you can try it again. I wish your skulls were stronger. Sikong said, his head twisted up and down, and then he crushed the skull in his hand directly. Click, click. The sound of bones is endless, and the hearts of everyone are inexplicably silent here. Demon, this is a demon. The smiles on the faces of the practitioners of the Tianyu Chamber of Commerce disappeared in an instant, and then they immediately retreated, and strands of cold sweat on their foreheads frantically leaked out. No one is not afraid of death, let alone having their skulls removed and crushed into ashes for no reason. This pain, no one wants to do it again. Sikong glanced around with his icy cold eyes, and smiled to himself, that's how it feels. What I want is this peace. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 1249. Greedy is the original sin. Fang Fan muttered to himself and smiled lightly. If such people did not show their greed, they would not have had to endure such hardships. But they chose this mortal path by themselves. Fang Fan's eyes glanced at the blood in the sky, his expression was very indifferent from beginning to end. From his point of view, all this can only be regarded as one's own fault. Since this is the case, if it is redundant, you can choose to be silent. Wanbao raindrop essence gradually fell into Fang Fan's hands. 1,000 drops. A drop is equivalent to 100 years of penance, 1,000 drops is 100,000 years of penance. This is not a small number. Fang Fan nodded secretly, he was very satisfied with this harvest. It would be better if it could always be like this. Look, it's cool. Lord, this is the Wanbao raindrop essence I got. Lord, this is mine. Lord. A group of heroes handed over the essence of Wanbao raindrops, and these things have limited value and meaning to them. Their realm of power is limited by Fang Fan's level. Only when Fang Fan becomes stronger can they become stronger accordingly. Other than that, there is no other way. About 1,700 drops in total. All the Wanbao raindrop essence is about 2,000 drops, so it is indeed the vast majority. Fang Fan put the Wanbao raindrop essence into the small world of Shushan Pavilion and nodded secretly. This wave is bloody. The existence of several divine positions under his command played a decisive role. This made Fang Fan have a deeper thought. The value and significance of the divine position are reflected in various aspects. It may be difficult to show the meaning and value for a while, but over time, the value will appear. Fang Fan glanced at the greedy and fearful eyes around him, smiled slightly, while possessing treasures, he must also make himself stronger. Otherwise, even getting more is nothing more than making wedding dresses for others, which is ultimately meaningless and worthless. This has always been clear. Secret Realm Announcement. The 5th round of winning the treasure is over. The 6th round of treasure hunting begins. The 7th round of treasure hunting begins. 2 treasure hunts open at the same time. The 6th round of treasure hunters will be able to obtain a piece of divine armor. The 7th round of treasure hunters will be able to obtain the bone of the true God. Entering this portal in front of you, you will randomly enter a killing formation. There are 20,000 Chentian orders in the killing array. The first person to get 100 Chentianling will be able to get the reward of the 6th round of treasures. The first person to get 10,000 Chentian tokens will be able to get the bone of the true God as a reward for the 7th round of treasure hunting. GGG. If you think you can't pass, then choose to admit defeat and quit. I was killed in the killing formation, but I really died. Good luck to you all. The door to the killing formation is open. Rumbling. A thunderbolt sounded from the blue sky, and the sound of thunder sounded, pulling everyone's thoughts back to reality. At this moment, everyone's eyes are focused on this, and the stunned color on their faces is more and more obvious. Chen Tian kill array? Competing for the order of the day? This is not to let people kill each other. There are 20,000 Chen Tian tokens in the entire Chen Tian killing array. Those who get 100 Chen Tian tokens first will get the reward of the 6th round of treasures, divine armor fragments. The so-called divine armor fragment may be the Pixio armor. The mission of the Pixio armor can be completed. Fang Fan's eyes lit up, and he thought to himself. Divine system of the strongest card supplier in the end times, Doomsday strongest card supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 1250. Of course, it has not been fully confirmed yet, and it can only be said that this possibility exists. Fang Fan narrowed his eyes secretly, and the thoughts in his heart gradually became more prominent. Since it is a killing formation, there must be no less danger inside. The first person to get 100 Chen Tian tokens can get the 6th round of the treasure reward Pixio armor. The first person to get 10,000 Chen Tian tokens can get the 7th round of treasure hunting reward True God's Bone. Of course, this wave of treasure hunts is the last treasure hunt. Wanbao Lake Duobao only has 7 rounds. The bone of the true God, what does it mean? The bone of the true God. What is the use of this kind of bone? Fang Fan lowered his gaze, and his eyes flickered with light, looking very curious. Now many questions are condensed in my heart, but one day they will gradually be completely opened up. The major forces are sharpening their knives, and most of them focus on Fang Fan at this moment. Earth Sect. Earth Demon Sect practitioners obey orders. Seeing Fang Fan in the Chen Tian killing array, immediately send a signal to jointly strangle. The killing intent in the words was obvious when Fu Yun, the chief true inheritor of Earth Fiend Sect, gave an order. Chen Tian Clan. Chen Tian killing array is an opportunity for our Chen Tian clan. Anyone who knows about Fang Fan's news should report immediately, kill Fang Fan successfully, and reward millions of billions of top-quality divine crystals. Chen Tian clan Chen Tian Ge secretly clenched his fists, the greed in his eyes was obvious. 10,000 Demons Alliance. Those who find Fang Fan's traces, don't act rashly, publish news first, and then act. Tianyu Chamber of Commerce. Go to the Chen Tian killing array and search for the Chen Tian order for me. In addition, you must search for Fang Fan's trace. After you find it, send a signal to me, and I will handle it. Sikong Yuxin smiled coldly, already having some other thoughts in his heart. The fragments of the god armor should be the Pixio armor. The Pixio armor is the treasure that the goddess wants. I must help the goddess to get the Pixio armor. Besides that, the bone of the true god can also improve my physique, with endless benefits. As for that Fang Fan, he has too many secrets. If there is a chance to capture him and search all those secrets on him, it will definitely be of great help to the goddess. I also asked His Majesty the goddess before, and His Majesty let me handle it myself. Sikong Yuxin's indifferent face hides a throbbing heart. The opportunity is in front of you, now see if you can control it. Fighting is not allowed around Wanbao Lake, but if you enter the Chen Tian killing array, you will be able to fight at will. This is the opportunity. It is a great opportunity. Enter. As soon as the portal of the Chen Tian killing array appeared, practitioners from all major forces poured in frantically. Their purpose is very simple from beginning to end, that is, to seize the opportunity, seize more Chen Tianling, and then successfully seize the treasure. If possible, it can be deployed in advance to kill Fang Fan. Fang Fan, in their eyes at the moment, is a sweet pastry that is hard to give up. How can they let it go casually with such a delicious meal ahead? Whenever there is a chance, it is natural to take action. Fang Fan's existence is like a golden mountain. There are too many treasures, and it is natural to usher in the coveted heart. Fang Fan walked forward calmly. These people regarded him as a golden mountain and a treasure mountain. Why was he not? If you kill one, you can explode a few cards and some divine crystals. Isn't it cool to kill it?